Hi, how's it going? Today I decided to remind a song of my repertoire. I'm gonna it's called Chutando Lata. There is an English name for it also. It's kicking cans is the same meaning. This is a composition of of Dori Caymmi. It's a modern frevo. And why we can call a modern frevo? Because if you hear the recording, the instrumentation has nothing with the original instrumentation in frevo that's played by orchestra. The harmonies are very different from the traditional harmonies of frevo that are most of times simple. And I would like to tell you about Dori Caymmi. That's a very important composer of the Brazilian music, and he's a arranger also. If you have realized, when I talk about Brazilian accent, I talk a lot about composers, not about musicians, because these composers open opportunities to the good and great improvisers came to the Brazilian music. Brazil is a country of songs. We have this song that we call canção. We have this tradition to create good composers of melody, and Dori is one of them, with very interesting harmonies. He has some signatures in harmonies that I think are the chords with the seventh on the bass, and also that chords with the third on the bass, with ninth. He uses a lot, and he has a very beautiful understanding of the beautiness of the harmony. For who doesn't know, Dori Caymmi is a song of the composer Dorival Caymmi, that was a composer of many different Brazilian styles, and mainly with a lot of characteristics of traditional compositions of Bahia. All right. What else? I'm gonna remind the melody. I had a little arrangement of that, and I'm gonna play and comment and improvise. I'm gonna search for things to help you in the understanding of the Brazilian music. All right. So I'm gonna play. Let me play just one time to remind. I'm gonna use one resource. I'm gonna start. There is a little time that I don't play, and I'm gonna use the techniques I use to remind songs. All right. So besides searching, when I forgot something, when I don't know the continue part, I just return and start again. Chutando Lata, or Kicking Can, of the composer Dori Caymmi. Uh, I told you about reminding a song, and this could sound to you, but he reminded everything. But what is the difference of the intuitive thing that people does? When people forget some chord or forget something, they started to search at the piano or at the instrument the next note, and this is a mistake, because the movements we used to play, when you play a fluently song, you have chunks of information in your brain. So it's not a good decision to try to search the notes individually. You just return to the beginning of the part you are trying to remind, and return and goes. If your memory doesn't say nothing, do again. And sometimes your memory won't give you any new information, any old information that you don't remember. But the trick is change the part you are studying if you remember another part of the melody, and do the same thing. Your brain is gonna start a process of remembering, and sometimes you can do you do this job. Just trying 3 or 4 times, and stop trying. Search for the next part and return in the next day. You're gonna see that your memory has found the missing information most of the times. Really, I would say 95% of the times. All right. And if you don't remember, do the same process till you get the note you don't remind more, and wait for the next day. Your memory is gonna give some leaps in terms of information, of reminded information. All right. If you want to see more details about that, it's just right for me. All right. Let me show you this thing and some interesting things about it. This is the A section, where we have a pedal point in E that is not common in frevo. This is the introduction. And it's gonna start the rhythm with me. Important thing about the melodic language of the frevo, it's the anticipations of 8 notes. Everything has anticipation. So this is very important to the language of frevo, and this can give us ideas of doing our improvise. the same thing that's happening on the melody. And what make this frevo a special frevo? Because in terms of harmony, it's using one typical chord of Brazilian music, and typical chord of this composer Dori Caymmi, with the seventh of the bass. All that, and return. This is a very interesting harmonization also. Because this harmony would sound it would sound like this. Dori Caymmi decided to use these chords. It's the same, A major 7, A minor 7, but with B on bass, and it becomes B7 13th, and after that B7 sus with the flat 9th. Note that it's very interesting for this melody. And besides that, after that we're gonna have, let me show you the second page of it. This phrase is typical. The last system of the previous page, but it's the same thing. And after that we're gonna have an A with another pedal. I don't remember if I've written this pedal, but we are not anymore with the bass on E, but on B. And one place I think it's interesting to improvising the song is the B section, and I've done for you to read with me. This is the B. It's missing just one chord, A. I lost it. Oh no. It's here. It's starting on the measure 33 and ending on the 40th. Wait. Alright. This is a place where I like to improvise this song with this harmony. improvising here, let me say some things about frevo. To remind you, this is the pattern. This is the pattern of frevo. This simulates the snare drum, and this bass drum that works like the samba bass drum with the staccato in the first tempo and an accent and a longer note, a portato note in the second. Another percussion we have is the pandeiro. It's one note, 8th note and two 16th note. And we can create melodies with this. Are the breaks also that are in frevo. They happen in the upbeat. Interesting, but I didn't execute well. This phrase, I think it's really interesting. Some counter emotion. This melody is very common in frevos. this is a typical, a lot of frevos and marcha ranchos, that is another similar style with frevo, but more slow. Also played in carnival, but more slow. It's very common to have this harmony. This melody is very common to frevo. There is another song that uses this phrase. It's a variation. This is a very common phrase in frevo also. What else? Let me continue improvise. Note that when I make some scales, stuff, I walk in syncopations. And I put an accent in the middle syncopation, in staccato and accentuation, and also that's common in frevo, it's the mordant. You can use in notes of the arpeggio. To correct the idea. Let's see some harmonic stuff. We have some arpeggios. Some chords, if you're playing harmonic instruments, to create the sensation of the conventions. What are conventions? I don't know if this term is used in English, but here in Brazil we talk convenção. Convention is a part of the song where all the instruments do the same rhythm, and we can take the chords to create the sensation of all instrumentation is doing the same idea. that you can do different melodies, or if you are playing in group, you can create some talking between the different voices. So, you can work in these ideas. Even you note that I wasn't capable of doing in the first try, but all the times I had this difficult, I return and study. It was missing a note. In frevo, there we use a few chromatism. We don't use so much chromatism, but there is some typical phrase that use this passage. For example, to start phrases or to end phrases. But this phrase didn't have chromatism. But for example, over the chords. It sounds very good also. It's double approximation. Let me study this in the different chords. have to work more, but let me try a little. For example, I have to work more on this idea if I want that it sounds, if I want to develop my capability of doing that. It sounds interesting, but I'm gonna have to take more time. Sometimes you can study just in your one chord. Or you can goes. You study the independence with the cells that I've told in another life, and you create the capability of doing different stuff at the same time. All right. I won't finish this idea because of the length of the live. All right. So I think I have shown a lot of ideas. I don't know if I was clear. If you want to take some, if you have some doubt, let me take off this screen. But if you have some doubt about any idea that I've played here in my study process, it's just send me the minutes when I'm playing, and I will talk more about that idea. All right. I hope you have enjoyed and learned more about frevo, learn more about Brazilian music, and like I said, every day I'm here talking about the Brazilian accent improvisation. And if you are searching a way to play in a more to play better Brazilian music, come here with me, and every day I'm doing lives, quick tips, and all stuff related with the Brazilian accent improvisation. Thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow for more lives and quick tips. Bye bye.